Obviously, the CRP on grain, legumes, and dryland cereals is a very ambitious program, but I think what's very important about it is that it's focused on probably some of the most important crops in the world from many perspectives. As we know, they're very important from a nutritional and a health benefit in feeding many people of the world. They also have tremendous potential to help solve a lot of the environmental issues, particularly the legumes, but as well as intercropping. And they're very important in many other areas of agriculture, both in terms of animal feed and as cash crops in many societies. So there's no doubt that this is a very important component of the CGIAR research portfolio. My expectations for such an ambitious program is to really show that it is possible through good research in partnerships to really begin to improve the ability of smallholder farmers to grow these crops successfully, to improve their productivity, and most importantly, to show that they can have a role to play in markets and ultimately in the livelihoods of the people that we're trying to target in the world. I think the challenges that the project is going to face has to do with the fact that there are 9 crops, and there are many countries that are growing these crops and need the research that's being undertaken in the CRP. So keeping it focused to actually make an impact in research for development in a short period of time of 4 to 5 years that this project has in its initial phase is going to always be a challenge. I think the other challenge is that because there's so many crops, so many countries, there's a lot of actors and partners that need to be involved in an equal way in this program. And so like they're trying to do here at this launch meeting, trying to figure out how to bring those partners in early enough in the process of developing the CRP to be able to contribute to the research agenda that's been at least laid out in the prospectus of the CRP is going to be very important. And then figuring out how to nourish those partnerships moving forward is really going to be the only way that this CRP can be successful, given its breadth and scope that it's trying to undertake. And so the opportunities, obviously, I think, flow from simply that same idea. How do you capture the richness of what's going on outside of just the CGIAR centers and in the national programs? There are many other partners around the world that are, I think, equally excited about investing research and their own efforts in improving the productivity and utilization of these crops in many of the same countries. In my own example, I lead a Feed the Future Innovation Lab that's funded by USAID, and we work on groundnuts. And we work in many of the same countries and with many of the same partners, including the CGIAR centers. And so I think the opportunities is to really reach out and have those partners to become equal partners, understand what they are doing, and then how best can they work with and what is the role, the complementary role that the CRP will play in those kinds of joint research activities.